Hello! Today we'll be talking about Pachirisu, the first single-stage Pokémon in both genders introduced in Gen 4, as well as the Pikachu clone in this generation. Pachirisu's previous BYC dates are April 18th, 1997, February 7th, 2000, November 28th, 2002, September 18th, 2005, July 9th, 2008, April 30th, 2011, February 18th, 2014, December 9th, 2016, September 30th, 2019, and July 21st, 2022. For some reason, I always thought Pachirisu was part normal type. I most know Pachirisu from several places. 1. I know Pachirisu as one of the Pokémon Dawn has in the Gen 4 era of the anime, as well as a few later appearances. 2. I know it as a giant balloon in the Main Street Coliseum in Pokémon Battle Revolution. 3. I know it from Pokepark Wii Pikachu's Adventure. 4. I know it as one of my servers in Pokémon Cafe Remix. I think Pachirisu is cute. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Pachirisu, the Ellis Squirrel Pokemon, whose number is 0417. This is what it looks like. Its type is electric, abilities, runaway or pickup. Volt Absorb is its inability. Gender ratios, 50-50. Catch rate is 200 or 36.6%. Breeding is egg groups field and fairy, hatch time 10 cycles. Height is 1'4" or 0.4 meters. Weight is 8.6 pounds or 3.9 kilograms. Base experience yield is 120 in Gen 4 and 142 in 5+. Leveling rate is medium fast. EV yield is 1. In speed, shape is that. Footprint is that. Pokedex colors white and base friendship is 100. Pachirisu is an electric type Pokemon introduced in Gen 4. It is not known to evolve into or from any other Pokemon. Along with Starly and Munchlax, Pachirisu is one of the 3 partner Pokemon of Ulmia available at the beginning of Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Ulmia. Biology: Pachirisu is a small, white squirrel-like Pokemon with a faint bluish tint and a light blue stripe starting from its forehead and goes all the way down to the tip of the tail. A female Pachirisu's blue stripe is shorter than a male's. A large white tooth grows out of its mouth. It has deep gray eyes and a yellow circle on each cheek. Its tail is almost twice as big as its body, with 3 spikes at the top of the curl, which it can use to shoot charges. Though its arms and legs are very short, it can run incredibly fast, enabling it to tire pursuing Pokemon out quickly. It has a great amount of electricity flowing within its body. If it builds up enough charge, it may shock other Pokemon. It is related to the Pikachu line. When it sleeps, Pachirisu likes to curl its big fluffy tail round to the front of its body and uses it as a pillow. It also likes to chase and groom its tail. When a Pachirisu sheds its fur, it shapes them into fur balls, which have static charges just like its fur. It hides its favorite foods, which mainly consist of berries, in these static puffs and stores them in tree holes. It does this to protect the food. If a human or another Pokemon tries to take the food, they will get shocked from the static. It may rub cheek pouches with another Pachirisu to share stored electricity. It is generally found in treetops, in forests, as well as the outskirts of a forest and near power plants. Game data, NPC appearances, Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Ulmia. Pachirisu can be chosen to be the player's starter partner Pokemon, or can be obtained by clearing a quest in Ranger School. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. Pachirisu is a regular visitor of Spinda's Cafe. Pokedex entries. In Gen 4, Diamond. It makes fur balls that crackle with static electricity. It stores them with berries in tree holes. Pearl. It makes electricity with pouches in its cheeks and shoots charges from its tail. It lives atop trees. Platinum. A pair may be seen rubbing their cheek pouches together in an effort to share stored electricity. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It's one of the kinds of Pokemon with electric cheek pouches. It shoots charges from its tail. The Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Platinum's entry in Gen 6. X is Diamond's entry. Y is Platinum in the Gen 5 entries. Omega Ruby is Diamond in X's entry. Alpha Sapphire is Platinum's entry, the Gen 5 entries, and Y's entry. In Gen 8 Brilliant Diamond, it stores its own fur balls that crackle with static electricity together with its favorite berries and tree hollows. Shining Pearl is its Pearl counterpart. Legends Arceus, a species related to the Pikachu line. Though Pachirisu is a calm Pokemon, it still presents a danger should one touch its electrified tail or cheeks. Scarlet is Heart Gold, Soul Silver's entry. Violet is Platinum's entry, the Gen 5 entries, Y's entry, and Alpha Sapphire's entry. Pachirisu in the Paldea Pokedex, so you can see 3 of the electric rodent Pokemon. Pachirisu, Pikachu, and Dedenne. Pachirisu in the Kitakami Pokedex, there's 3 of them. One is chasing an apple in here, that's kinda cute. Game locations, side game locations, and events. Held items, in Ranch it has the Chillin' Berry, 100% of the time. Legends Arceus, normal, has the Oran Berry, 35% of the time. Spoiled Apricorn, 15% of the time, and grid items by level. Alpha, EXP Candy S, 100% of the time, Seed of Mastery 10% of the time, and grid items by level, I still don't know how the math works. Stats, base stats, HP 60, attack 45, defense 70, special attack 45, special defense 90, speed 95 for a total of 405. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness, damaged normally by normal, fighting, poison, rock, bug, ghost, fire, water, grass, psychic, ice, dragon, dark, and fairy. Weak to ground for double, immune to nothing, resistant to flying, steel, and electric for half. Notes that this Pokemon has Volt Absorb. The effectiveness of electric type moves is 0, so go from half to 0. Learn set by leveling up 1 Growl and Thundershock, 5 Quick Attack, 9 Charm, 13 Spark, 17 Endure, 19 Nuzzle, 21 Swift, 25 Electro Ball, 29 Sweet Kiss, 33 Thunder Wave, 37 Super Fang, 41 Discharge, 45 Last Resort, and 49 Thunder. By TM001 Takedown, 2 Charm, 3 Fake Deers, 4 Agility, 5 Mud Slap, 7 Protect, 9 Thunder Fang, 18 Thief, 20 Trailblaze, 23 Charge Beam, 25 Facade, 27 Aerial Ace, 32 Swift, 35 Mudshot, 43 Fling, 47 Endure, 48 Volt Switch, 49 Sunny Day, 50 Rain Dance, 55 Dig, 60 U-Turn, 68 Thunder Punch, 70 Sleep Talk, 71 Seed Bomb, 72 Electro Ball, 75 Light Screen, 81 Grass Knot, 82 Thunder Wave, 85 Rest, 96 Eerie Impulse, 102 Gunk Shot, 103 Substitute, 122 Encore, 126 Thunderbolt, 127 Play Rough, 130 Helping Hand, 136 Electric Terrain, 147 Wild Charge, 152 Giga Impact, 163 Hyper Beam, 166 Thunder, 171 Terra Blast, 173 Charge, 183 Super Fang, 191 Uproar, 205 Endeavor, 211 Electro Web, and 227 Alluring Voice. By breeding, this group gives it Baby Doll Eyes, this group gives it Bite, this group gives it Charge, this group gives it Covet, this group gives it Defense Curl, this group gives it Fake Tears, this group gives it Flail, this group gives it Flatter, this group gives it Follow Me, this group gives it Rollout, and this group gives it Tail Whip. Side game data, you got all this. Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Olmia in the browser entry. It discharges electricity from all over its body to attack. Guardian Signs. It restores the Styler energy a little. You got all this. Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure in the Pokepark ban entry. Pachirisu plays in the Meadow Zone. His favorite attractions are Bulbasaur's Daring Dash and Venusaur's Vine Swing. You got all this. In Pokemon Go, Pachirisu has a 87.5% male encounter rate. Evolution data is just Pachirisu. Sprites here, so you can see the two different genders. You got these pinks. That makes sense, that's blue and pink. It's orange for the patches, that's interesting. And platinums, it's more obvious the gender differences with the little line there on the head. Also, the line seems a lot less pointed. That's interesting. The face looks a little bit, I don't know, definitely different. A lot smaller eyes, I think. And these are a lot, I don't know, different distance apart. And different angled on the head. Yeah. Gen 6, you get these models. Not very obvious the difference anymore. And the fullback sprites. Okay, Gen 6. You get the models, pretty good adaptation. You know, got the modern kind of a blue, modern pink and orange and yellow, I guess. Yeah, pretty good adaptation. The tail seems quite a bit larger than the sprites make it seem. They make it seem quite large, but like this seems like way too big. Yeah. Gen 7, looks like the tails might be a little bit smaller, a little bit closer to its models. And you can see much more, obviously the gender difference, couldn't really see it much in here because of just the angle they took the picture, but this is a lot better of an angle. The eyes are probably also a little better, they typically tend to be in Gen 7. Then Gen 8, in this game, you get these models, you can really see the gender difference there. Yep. Homes, we got these models. Other sprites, Bucky in Pokemon Super Contests, and Stripe in Pokemon Super Contests, so you got these. These are probably NPCs in Pokemon Super Contests. In animation, Pachirisu in Pokemon the Series, Diamond and Pearl, Dawn's Pachirisu is the big one. He got all this. Pokedex entries in Diamond and Pearl, episode 19 in Ash's Pokedex. Pachirisu, the alley squirrel Pokemon. It gathers static electricity and hides fur balls along with its favorite fruit under the eaves of houses. This is in a Poketoon, in the manga. Pachirisu in Pokemon Adventures. Got all this. In the TCG. Trivia in Pokemon Battle Revolution. Taylor wears a Pachirisu costume, so Taylor's Pachirisu costume. Pachirisu is the only Pokemon allowed in Amity Square that is not part of an evolutionary line. Pachirisu has the lowest base stat total of any Pokemon that was part of a winning team of Pokemon World Championships. Pachirisu is the only Pokemon that can learn Hyper Fang to not be a normal type. Pachirisu was featured in the second episode of Beyond the Pokedex series. Origin. Pachirisu may be based on a squirrel. The spikes on its tail, and possibly its ears, could be a reference to static electricity's impact on hair. The electric rodent design may come from tradition of creating a variant of the Pokemon franchise's main mascot Pikachu in every generation, and like Pikachu's, the yellow cheeks of Pachirisu store electricity, reflecting rodents storing food in their cheeks. Name origin, Pachirisu may be a combination of Pachi Pachi, onomatopoeia for electric crackling, and Risu, squirrel. Now languages. See also external links to the electric rodents. Let's move on. Now let's watch Pachirisu's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 485, Twice Smitten, Once Shy. We are at the very beginning of the episode. There's the Pachirisu. There's Piplup and Veneering, presumably of Dawn, one of the main characters. Yeah, there's Dawn, one of the main characters. Oh.
Pachirisu, stay here! And so do you
That's
twice!
the main Team Rocket, you can see them out. That's Ash and Brock, couple of the main characters. Okay, that is Pachirisu's first scene in the anime, let's move on. Now let's talk about the TCG. I have one Pachirisu card. It's the first Pachirisu card design and was illustrated by Ken Sugimori. In Sugimori fashion, it's just the official image on a nice enough background. Pachirisu has 70 HP. He's 1'4" and 8.6 pounds. He has two moves, Minor Errand Running and Thunder Jolt, neither of which are moves in the Pokemon games. On this card, Minor Errand Running costs 1 of any energy. The player goes through their deck until they find a standard energy card. They show the card to their opponent, the player puts it in their hand and shuffles their deck. Thunder Jolt isn't a move in a Pokemon game, but it is a move in the Super Smash Bros. Series, being the neutral special move of Pikachu and Pichu. For those of you not familiar with Super Smash Bros., this is a move performed by pressing the B button alone. In the series, this is an electric-type move that deals damage, although damage is calculated far less simply in the Super Smash Bros. Games, as they use a percentage system, although it can go beyond 100%, instead of an HP system. Before I explain how it works on this card, I feel I should mention that the move originated in the TCG and then became a move in Super Smash Bros., not the other way around. On this card, it costs 1 lightning energy and hits for 20 damage. The player flips a coin upon a failed coin flip. Pachirisu hits itself for 10 damage. He's weak to fighting for plus 20 damage, which seems to mimic Pachirisu's weakness to ground in the video games, as ground is often classified as fighting in the video games. He's resistant to metal for minus 20 damage, which mimics Pachirisu's weakness to steel, called metal in the TCG, in the video games. It costs 1 of any energy for Pachirisu to retreat. His description reads, "It makes fur balls that crackle with static electricity. It stores them with berries in tree holes." This is the Pokedex entry in Pokemon Diamond, X, and Omega Ruby. In the bottom right corner, there's the Diamond and Pearl expansion symbol. Pachirisu is level 23. I have cards for Weasel, so we'll talk about them tomorrow. Now let's see why other people love Pachirisu. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Pachirisu. This is Pachirisu by MFA Art 123. So this cute image of a Pachirisu here. Looks to me to be a little stylized and probably AI. It's probably AI. I'm almost positive of that. Yeah. No, it doesn't say it's AI in the description, even though it's supposed to. Pretty sure this is AI. And we've got PR, Evander, referenced by Dream Elfie, so I don't know, it's this Evander, he's male, he's electric fairy for some reason, infused, whatever that means, moves, Growl and Thunder Shock, Pachirisu, and then just the image itself. That's interesting. This is Pachirisu by Bisky4. So this is partially AI, not entirely. Makes sense, but yeah, partially AI. Yeah, you can see all the different elements. Oh, the tail is way too small. Like, that's definitely an obvious element that it's AI, is that this tail is way, way too small. And I don't think this is quite right either. Eyes, yeah. I don't think they're blue, right? Aren't they like gray? That's very weird. Then we've got Pachirisu, Alolan, Vulpix, Adopt Soul by Aurora Walrein. So, this fusion between Pachirisu and Alolan Vulpix here, very cute. This is from 2024. Pachirisu by L Kitty Heartworks. So, this fusion between Pachirisu and Palmy here. Very fun little image. You can see the little different elements of the two Pokemon. It's very nice. Then we've got Pachirisu Base number 1, F2U by Constellasaur. 3DU is Pachirisu Base number 1. Interesting. Got it again. Got it again. And then just the eyes for some reason. I don't know what that's about. Then we've got Greta, the shiny Pachirisu by Tuxedo Neko. So this nice shiny Pachirisu here. Very well done. Then we've got Pachirisu making Sparks by Saj Rep. So obviously this person has never seen a squirrel before, because it's very much more cat-like, than a squirrel-like. Like, it's not just a cat with a big tail. The lightning, part of it's coming from the tail, has none of the distinguishing marks other than the cheeks. This is not a Pachirisu. I have to count it, though, because they claim it's a Pachirisu. Pachirisu and Momonga by Lincoln Arc. I don't really know what Momonga is, but that's what it is, I guess. Is Pachirisu also very cute? Yes, very well done. Interesting that the tail pieces are less spiky than normal, but I suppose that's probably to add to the cuteness. Seems to also have been done with, like, paint. Yeah, that's interesting. Then we've got Pachirisu, new fan art by me, SCM64, by Sapphire Cat Mario 64. Pachirisu, SCM64. Yeah. Very nice piece of art here. Then we've got Pachirisu by Athena Shampoodle. So this nice, very cute Pachirisu here, holding a cookie, star-shaped cookie it looks like. Seems to be from 2025, it looks like. Pachirisu by Mia Hart Illy. This is either entirely or partially done using AI. Obviously, the tail is the big indicator. What is this, like, swirl tail? What is happening here? This, like, frozen dessert tail. Like, what is happening here? Like, 3 spikes are obviously supposed to be the blue, and it's all supposed to be 1 stripe. They didn't even try with the tail, my goodness. The eyes are also, looks like brown, not gray. Just kind of disappears with its feet. What, like, it has feet. Like, what? Sort of bleeds in like it's a marshmallow or something, like what? And I've got Shuko, High Flying Squirrel by Duwat Reborn. This Pachirisu here, or the helmet, I guess, is probably just like a bunch of stunts and stuff. I'm guessing. Very well done. Then we've got 417 Pachirisu by Sir 911. So, got sort of their version of the official art here, I guess. It's, dark blue, kind of the original, and pointed like the original one was. Very well done. Then we've got Pachirisu drawing by Pocket Monster 110, so this nice whiteboard drawing of Pachirisu here. Very well done. Then we've got PKM Electric Chews by Feeny. So once again, it's this image. We pretty much had them from all of them so far, I think. Or at least one of these guys, I think, before, and definitely one or both of these. I guess the version without the, yeah, I think, but yeah. We got, like, the first 5 generations of electric rodent Pokemon. Pikachu with goggles, Pichu, Raichu's scared. We got the Pachirisus that are, like, greeting them, I guess, in the tree. And an Emolga with a rope that's holding Plusle and Minun. They're saying, yeah, very well done. And I've got Pachirisu by Super Nerd Bro, so this art kind of looks like a banner or something. It's Pachirisu. Very good. And this doesn't contain a Pachirisu, so we'll move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Weasel. As always, this isn't my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.